Actually, I've built several haunted houses.
can get lost in lost.
That's okay.
Let me get my. All right.
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within. So I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you, and so I want you to know that I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry, 'cause I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. That was written by Reverend Melanie DeMore when she was retiring from her church, and she wrote it to her congregation to let them know she was still always there for them. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass.
Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day.
A brand new day, a sunny day. A brand new day, a sunny day.
Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
It's not the end, okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end.
Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore,
Float into the mystery.
let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Yes, you have all you need. It's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go
Good morning. Is this on? I guess it's on. You can hear me. Okay. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Gulfport, Mississippi. And before we begin, that little note about your cell phones, turn them down so we don't get all these ringing and distractions. Thank you. Let's all stand for our opening song. I'm choosing heaven today.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Love, I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. Compassion, I'm choosing compassion today. I'm choosing compassion today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing compassion today. Joy, I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. Abundance, I'm choosing abundance today. I'm choosing abundance today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing abundance today. Heaven, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. And every day.
Thank you. Now let us pray. We open our hearts and our minds to receive divine inspiration this morning, this very special place and time. May we allow Spirit to inform us of what is ours to release and what is ours to embrace. We open, we release, and we receive as Spirit moves in, around, and through us. We are grateful for this glorious morning and all those who are serving today of their gifts and talents. May we each be blessed in a special way. Amen.
Amen.
Again, welcome to Unity of Gulfport. Are there any first-time visitors this morning? No, we're all classic Unitics. We're all here. Welcome everybody on board online. We come together to affirm and celebrate our unity, our oneness with each other, and with the source of all that is. And in that spirit of unity, let us pause to unfold in light and love all people in our community and in our world. The candle of unity signifies the light within each of us and our connection to the source of all that is, and so it is. Let us affirm our faith. I have faith that God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. I have faith that God provides ways when to human sense there is no way. I have faith that God is guiding me in all ways. My health, happiness, and success are assured. And now let's all enjoy Heal My Soul.
help my mind understand. Warm my heart, give me strength. Wrap me up, make me whole. Only you, God, can heal my soul. Heal my soul. Only you, God, can heal my soul. Heal my soul.
Thank you. And if you didn't know, Tony wrote that song. And now Rick Williamson will read our daily word.
Good morning. Can you believe it's July? Unbelievable. Today's word is beautiful. My open heart discovers beauty all around me. I see beauty in soaring mountains and rolling seas, in majestic forest and kaleidoscopic fields of wildflowers. I hear beauty in music, birds' songs, and the laughter and conversations of people in fellowship. Searching beyond my senses, I discover a greater depth of beauty. The mundane items and landmarks I may take for granted take on a deeper beauty when my memories fill them with meaning. My dear ones become even more beautiful to me when I pause to remember our fondest experiences and the love that binds us. I move through each day with my mind and heart open. Now, even the most ordinary items, places, and circumstances become more and more precious and beautiful to me. And all of us, with unveiled faces, seeing the glory of the Lord as though reflected in a mirror, are being transformed into that same image. 2 Corinthians 3:18.
Thank you, Rick. The announcements are on the slide overhead and found on the back of your bulletin. Everyone is invited to the fellowship hall after service for conversation, and there's always some kind of something nice to eat, so please come. Beth's yoga class will be suspended for July and August, and continuing dates will be posted on the bulletin at a later time. It's a wonderful class if you've not joined or had the experience. School starts for our youth July 18th and 26th, and NAE is collecting school supplies for them. Please refer to the slide for items they may need. You may want to get with NAE if you have some wish to donate or to get certain items. I know that she does all that collecting and organizing for the children. And of course, money is always welcome. Okay. Also, I just found out that my CASA group is also doing a school supply drive, and I don't have the online link, but maybe I'll get that to you by next Sunday if anybody wants to donate to CASA Kids. If anyone has specific prayer requests, we have a prayer box at the back of the room, and you may place your prayer request on the forms, place them in the box, and they will be prayed for here and at Silent Unity. And now, Reverend Judy, you come to the stage.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you. How lovely to see everyone this morning. We had a great discussion group this morning. A lot of people there and just had a great lively discussion. So we know that the rest of the service is going to be great as well. I wanted to apologize for last week. Christy, stand up, would you? She's rolling her eyes at me. She's like, she was on stage last week. She doesn't want this week. Last week, I interviewed Christy and didn't give her quite enough time. She has such an interesting life, and most of you didn't know. I had a few people tell me this morning, Christy. They were not aware that your 2 older children were born with cystic fibrosis, and all of the medical procedures that they went through, and that you actually lost one of them. But she still lives on in the ethers and makes regular visits, right? Danielle, thank you. If you were not here or you did not watch online, I hope you will look it up on YouTube, and I hope you will watch. Very interesting, and you may want to have a tissue with you before you watch it. If, by the way, here's an announcement. We need to have a little PR every once in a while. And most of the announcements we make to keep up with each other is on Facebook. And if you will only join Facebook for that, it's a good enough reason. We have our group is the Unity Spiritual Center of Gulfport group page, and you can join, and there you will see all of the events. You can post whatever you would like to, and then if you want to become friends with others on Facebook, you can, but it's how we pretty much keep up with each other and know what's going on in everyone's lives. So this morning we're, having learned from last week, we have eliminated the next song. Instead, we're going to have the discussion or the interview just a little longer. But I'd like to say a few things here for maybe 5 minutes. I have something important to say. We all know, I mean, unless you lived in a cave right now, we all know that there's a lot going on out there and the world isn't there. And a lot of it's not pleasant. A lot of it's ugly. A lot of mudslinging, a lot of hatred, anger, people turning against each other. And it's just almost downright unbelievable, to tell you the truth. I mentioned in our discussion group this morning how, the Master Jesus said, "Do to one another as I have done to you, and love one another." You couldn't have any more clear communication about how we're to live. He said to love one another. He didn't say love one another unless you're on the other side of the aisle politically. He didn't say love one another unless the other gets into an issue, and then you can mock them, you can make fun of them, you can throw mud at them all day long. He didn't say that. He said, love one another, even as I have loved you, is what he said. And the more we can do that, the better person we'll become. You see, it is my true belief, and this is my belief, and you don't have to believe it if you don't want to. But I do believe we chose to come to this earth. And we chose to enter into the family we entered into for a reason. And we chose to learn certain lessons in this lifetime. And if we don't get them, they'll just keep coming back and back and back. They may show up with a different face. It may turn out to be a little bit different issue. But that issue is just going to keep coming back to you. And you can learn it, or you can choose not to. It's up to you. But it is my belief that anything that is not love is its opposite, fear. And darkness is simply a lack of love. You know that, don't you? Have you ever encountered anyone and when you're around them you feel a darkness? Have you ever felt that? I had a vision many years ago, and I was telling my family about it yesterday. I had been thinking about it this past week. And I had been driving the car one day, and I was following my husband. He was dropping a friend's truck off somewhere, and I can't remember where, but I do remember. He laughed at me when I said that in this vision it just came to me, and there was like a split level, and above I could see smoke, and then below was a just total lack of love. It was darkness. You might want to call it evil. I try not to use words like evil and war and battles and words like that. I try to stay away from that, but it felt like a situation that there was a lack of love. And then I had sort of forgotten about it. It was definitely odd. That was an odd occurrence. And then later that week, or the following week, I had received word that a friend's house had caught on fire while she and her husband were out of town, and the center had burned up through the roof. It was something that had started in the basement. And so after they got home, she asked if I wanted to come over, and they were assessing the damage. And I said, well, I guess I will. So I went over and went up the stairs, and the more I went up the stairs, it was a split level, the more foreboding I felt. And by the time we got up to the level where you can see over here where the floor's gone and where the fire was, that feeling, that foreboding that I had had came back to me with a vengeance, and I felt clearly a darkness had created this, and it turns out it did. It was a fire that was set by someone. And I use this as an example because, and I quickly got out of there, by the way. I got out and went back out to the yard. And I tell you this because I can describe what love feels like. And I know what love and light and joy and God and all of these things feel like. And now I've got a little bit of a description of what lack of love feels like. And it's total darkness. It's not a thing of its. It's dark. Is not a thing of its own. It's not a thing of its own. It's just a lack of light. It's a lack of light. And so the reason I'm telling you this morning is that so you will keep in mind when you're lighthearted, when you're open-minded, when you're willing to see a higher path of doing things, and you can stay off of that trail of hate and envy and worry. If you could please stay off of that, that's not the path to your highest good. That is not. The path to your highest good is to stay within your own heart and your mind and connect with that power that we call God. That's where love and light and joy are, and that's what we are called to do with our lives. That's what we came here to do, was to find that and connect with that. And the more you can find love on your path and connect with that, the more joyful you'll become. And I know for a fact, at the end of your life, you'll be grateful that you did. I posted something this week by Rumi. Said, let your words go through 3 gates. And I want you to think about this. Before you speak words, are they true? Are they true? Are they necessary? Is it necessary that I say this? Does this person need my advice? Does this person want my advice? Is it necessary? We need to ask ourselves that more often. And then the 3rd gate, is it kind? Is it kind? Now, I know there are many times in our lives we are called to say the truth. And we'll know if it's necessary. And we'll know that if we're called to do it, we're to say it as kindly as possible. Now, this week, I'd ask you to look at the world around you and see if that's what's going on right now, or if this looks like it's a lot of fear. There are 2 choices. One's love and one's fear. I hope you're going to join with me in choosing love. Thank you. This week we're interviewing our own Charles. Come on down, Charles. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning. Whoa. I feel like a radio announcer.
You sound like one. That was some great music, by the way.
You have a great team.
Yeah, yeah.
And virtually, I've never been with a more great team in my life. I mean, of people to work with, not just great musicians, but people, all of them.
Yeah.
And of course, unity was the key to me expanding my own skills and my own working with others, because I was always a solo just about, from the 60s, whenever I was playing in churches. I had a small group, and we just did a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we just let it rip. It was all in spirit. So that's the way I learned, and then, of course, I went along and finally decided the Catholic Church wasn't my cup of tea anymore, and then I found Yogananda and became a student for 4 years, and decided Kriya was a little bit too difficult for me, so I'd have to invite my own Kriya into my life. Kriya Yoga, if you've heard of it, is very, very demanding. Requires a lot of discipline, which is great. I just couldn't see myself in the role, so I was searching and found the Long Beach Unity. I was told about it, and I was thinking, well, I'm just kind of over religion. And then somebody said, well, this is not a religion. So I was sitting at home, and all of a sudden I just thought, I've got to go. And I went down there and caught Christy at the talk. And I sat in the back, and I just, as y'all know, I can cry easy. And I knew that I was at home. I knew I had found what I was looking for. Not only for the messages and the openness, but the people I needed to know, I needed to meet. So then, of course, that broke down, and I found myself talking to Dennis, and he said, well, you could come over with us over in Gulfport. And I said, I just had that situation, and I was finally burned. So Dennis asked again, well, we could really use you over there. And I was impressed, that Dennis, he was very respectful, but he kept at me. God bless him forever. And I came here. Started over there in the old bar. Adam's Bar, by the way, is where she does her talks over there. It was our old sanctuary. I found out historically it was called Adam's Bar, which I love because when we do music night, it's like, what had used to happen here, And then I've met people that said, yeah, I used to go there. I was like, well, I never knew about it, but.
So you grew up in Gulfport, although your father had been in the service.
Yes, of course, that was due to Kiesler. Have a little aside to that to bring up to this. How my father met my mother, I have to share this real quick. He had heard about this, it was a motorcycle club. But he didn't have a motorcycle, so he sold his car and got a motorcycle. A 1948 Indian Panhead. And
1948?
1948, I know it's old. No, it's not that old. But he joined the motorcycle club just to meet my mother because he had heard about her. And the rest was great for me history. After that, they got married, and my dad was in the Air Force, and they called him to Freising, Germany, to do his solo work, as he's gone all over the world and done one-man jobs. He did electronics. So he always had a penchant for it, building the old germanium radios with the long 20-foot antenna, listening to late night. And so the reason I bring all this up is he and my mother were my background for my life. We had a very democratic home, and I was able to be free to grow as an individual. And it was really the beginning of my spiritual development, because the family is the home of what we become.
And you went to college here in Mississippi on the coast for a couple of years, then you transferred to Loyola, is that right?
Yes, I went to Jeff Davis for 3 years. And the reason I did, before my first year was calamitous. I was into marine biology without having any high school chemistry. Not good.
Wow.
So I even tried getting in touch with my old teacher at St. John's. She wasn't my teacher, but she said, I'll help you. When I finished it, I failed it, but if I had started it again, I could have passed it, partly with flying colors from my training. But I thought, no, I don't want to. So I went to the counselor. He said, I've got this idea for you. And he pulled out this little bitty brochure, not even that wide. And he said, it's music therapy. He said, you like psychology, you like music, you like sociology. He said, this will work for you. So I took 2 years at Jeff Davis, to come up from a 1.1 to a 1.98. Y'all don't know how far that is. That's a long way from 1.1. Went to Loyola on probation, and they said, we see what happened. Fear not. And ended up with a 2.86 from Loyola. And so I was there for another 2.5 years after 3 years over here. At which point my first job was at the retardation center here in Long Beach.
The regional what? Say that again.
Well, we used to call it the South Mississippi Retardation Center. Now it's called the Regional Center.
Okay.
One of the greatest jobs I could have ever had. Working with these kids, they opened me up to love, to creativity, and blew the top off of any expectation I could have possibly had. Because, I didn't know anything about them at the time. And so, the more I was with them, the more I could feel their spirit, feel their willingness to do, to express. So one of the clients' parents said that they would finance us getting a set of $3,000 Korean handbells. They said, you're gonna help pay for it, and we're gonna help you. So they got me on TV, WLOX, and they got me out in the community, and we paid off this wonderful loan. Well, we were also traveling to play. I have worked up a thing with the Kodai hand signals. I don't know if y'all are familiar with those, these and these, and, all these things, and assigned each one of them a different one. And so I could play them like a piano. And look, y'all, this is what it took to do this. They had white gloves, and they would play one, and they wouldn't stop until the next person played. So they had to be very rhythmical, they had to be very sensitive. Well, the next step was I'd do this, and the C, the E, and the G would have to play just their right hands. And then they would also hold them for a certain duration. So what they taught me, y'all, there was no limit. The sky was the limit for these wonderful, wonderful people that taught me the unlimited mind and spirit, and what can be done when you love them enough to be honest with them, open, and also to allow their own thoughts and creativity. Because I always ask them, well, what do you think? Give me your feedback. And it was, like I said, they gave me everything I needed to go through the rest of my life with.
How many years did you work as a music therapist with Memorial?
Oh,
Memorial
37
system?
years.
37 years. That's quite a career. And you retired, what, about 5 years ago? Or has
2016, April 2nd. at 3, no.
To be exact. What did you love most about the work you did there?
Everything, except for the pay. Music therapists, we're more known like the fun people, which we are. But and I still also did therapeutic recreation, but and I was based on psych, as you can imagine. You know, it's where we thrive to work. But because I was in a medical facility, the doctors found out that I was there because I was everywhere eventually, and I would get referrals. I had a lot of openness to go to like the cancer unit to talk to whoever. It could be a housekeeper, it could be a nurse, it could have been whoever, and to try to get a feeling for who I should go see. And it was great because I could just go into the room, introduce myself. That was cute. and introduce myself and talk to them about what I do. I said, I play music. I'll play some great songs that you like. And I learned, without trying to learn, that the technique that I would use would be, let's say I would sit by your bed, and I would say, let me play some music. So I'd do that. And so then while they were speaking, I would just listen. Because therapists get off easy. We just ask a question and sit back and let them answer it. But one of the things I would do was my hands, they didn't want to just sit there, so they would just play some relaxation kind of a sound, and then I could pause that and respond. And to shepherd people through the last part of their life was the greatest honor.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. So you didn't only work with youth, you worked with adults as well.
Oh yes, inpatient, outpatient, adult, gero. I was out and about all over the place, and we used to have them from Bay St. Louis to Gulfport, the outpatient facilities. But psych was my basic, and I was also a tech, so I did tech stuff as well, which was really nice to have to change hats and get around the hospital. I was also called to the morgue. Why would I be called to the morgue? You're a music therapist. I would volunteer for this stuff. I'd hear about it. I'd say, well, I'll do that, because I was a tech, like I say, so, as well. And, well, simply spoken, it would, people who are not here consciously anymore, they're very heavy. And so it would take like 6 of us to lift a person to put them into the freezer. Now y'all are thinking, what's he telling us this for? What's he telling? Well, when I was there, I could honor them. I could think of them, whether they were good, bad, or whatever. I didn't care. I mean, sometimes it was just like I could serve them in another way, even though I never knew them. And also to celebrate joy, no matter if they were good, bad, like I say, but they were now released and able to see again. And so that did a lot for my life to get called to serve in different ways.
Do you find that playing music alone, say at home, is meditative and find yourself in another world as you're doing this, playing your music?
I think all of us have to do that. To do what we do, one of my faux pas was, especially, it's always been one, but it got worse after my event, is not being able to focus. You can ask my cohorts, but don't ask them. I came back with this preoccupation, and it's always been a problem, but it got worse. Because if I don't memorize stuff. I gave that up a long time ago. I have to have the music. I've got everything from, and I can't look up. I've got to look down, stay there until it's over. When I do that, I do pretty darn well. When I don't, I don't. Because it takes that 110% of myself to be able to be satisfied with what I am trying to do. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for y'all. I'm doing it for us because we're here for spiritual purpose. And every bit, every word, every chord, every feel, I want it all to serve that one purpose here. And it's fun. We do some pre-service stuff, and it's great. It's great to be able to mix and match and do contemporary Christian, whatever we find. Sherry finds something, I've found something, Sherry finds some more. And Dan tells us stuff sometimes, and we people just in our congregation here will give me, hey, what about this song, or what about that song? Because people want to have fun, and they want to hear things that are relevant to them. And so it's an honor if I can play something to your satisfaction that you would like to hear as well. And so I'm doing it for all those purposes, to serve Spirit, to serve us as just human beings, trying to make sense of all this and to stay with it.
Many of us were here last year. Was it May 24th?
May 24th, yes.
May 24th,
Give or take.
2023, when he, early in the service, Charles had an atrial
Aneurysm.
aneurysm.
Yeah.
That's serious business. A lot of people don't survive it. Right here on the stage. And due to the fast thinking of Sherry and getting the emergency technicians in here quickly, we believe that it may have even saved your life. What did that change you any? Oh boy, then they even had to airlift you up to Birmingham and then let you rest for a few days before they could even do the surgery, right?
I know. They took me to Memorial first, and they did. I even have a picture of me sitting up, and they've got all these drips and stuff behind me, which I don't remember any of. And then they couldn't do it at Memorial, so
Right.
they flew me up to University of Alabama in Birmingham. So I remember three things. I remember getting out to this parking lot, one blink, like you open your eyes, close it. One blink going into the ER at Memorial. One blink on the plane that they were flying me to UAB in. And then, I don't remember beyond that. I think because they flew me up there, I'm sure my surgery was probably done immediately. So I wouldn't bleed out or it wouldn't happen. So next thing I knew, I was awake with all this stuff hanging on me, these, and you can't get out of the bed. You got to, hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, because I'm not so finally I decided, the heck with it, I'll stand next to the bed, I'm getting up. And, but it was as debilitating as much for my mind as it was for my body. When you're young, it's easy. When you haven't had anything happen to you, it's a piece of cake, right? You just blowing and going, having a great time. Good. Need to. I mean, it's a good thing. With this, it would kind of poked a big hole in me, in my expectations of, am I going to be able to play golf one day, which I still haven't? Am I going to be able to do all the things that I like to do? Well, they said, sure, you'll be able to. So I went through the rehab, and I was doing all the things I needed to. We were going out for walks. I was doing my kitchen exercises and all this stuff they told me to do. And I started going back to the gym until I had a hernia. And it was the worst one. It was an inguinal, right in the crotch. So, I mean, you put a lot of pressure on that part of your body all the time, right? And of course, I tried to push something with my foot and set myself back an additional 6 weeks. Always listen to what they say. But I figured I didn't pick anything up right. Okay, no, not a good excuse. So anyway, I got through that, and then I got vertigo. Well, at least we're getting lesser and lesser, right, in terms of, but it's the setbacks that take your confidence away. You're starting to think, well, I hate to say it, what next? And you got to resist that, because that's really uncomfortable. So I had to make a choice. Well, in the meantime, I had to be honest with myself about the mental changes, which ranged from depression to preoccupation to confusion. It's hard, especially when you've been in psych for so long and you think, well, God, I should know how to deal with this. And you do, but your confidence level has dropped. And so that's, you got all these balls you got to start keeping in the air to work on. But my people here, y'all's prayers were one of the most incredible experiences of my life. Facebook and knowing that y'all, and being able to see y'all on Sunday really kept me going, because I felt like I was, and being mentioned by Judy to let me know that I'm still alive. I'm still a part of. And that really helped me to realize, you just need to get better. You need to keep your mind on these things, let the process happen, and move your feet as soon as you can. Well, I haven't quite got back to that, but I'm about ready to do it now. The vertigo is almost totally gone, and I'm about ready to take a deep breath.
So the affirmations that we say and each week, and we really put them into practice. Did you find during your healing process that they were helpful?
Oh, yes. You've got to have tools like that in your bag. Mm-hmm. And so I was remembering the ones I've learned from you. And some of these are in our little weekly bulletins, mm-hmm. That you can, and my wife Andrea, she expects those every Sunday. And she watches every Sunday. She's really enjoys it. But everything that we learned in here is what we really need when times get tough.
It is. I have faith that God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. And anytime we get into a low spot or a time when, just like you, we're tempted to say, what next? What next? And instead, remind ourselves, God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. And it will just keep those thoughts positive, and it will pull you out of that, won't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will. And of course, I've been studying, so some of the other things would come up as well. And what we do at the end of the service, when we hold our hands up and pray. Mm-hmm. I could do it with y'all when I was at home. Oh. And y'all, I tell you what, if you ever need it, if you ever can't come, turn on your computer and tune in, because it really makes a huge difference. Because where we think, there we are. And it's something just to realize that your thoughts are prayers. Your thoughts are the most powerful energy in the universe. And I've known that for decades, that the finest particle of mental energy can move mountains, as it's been put. And so you have to believe, you got to maintain your faith through the whole experience of being knocked down in the dirt. And dust yourself off, straighten your shirt, stand up straight, look up, hold your arms out, and receive. And Sometimes you're trudging. It's hard to even get yourself. Okay, pick yourself up and get yourself going. Sounds good. And because I've been here, most of all, with y'all, I can do it. I know I can do it. We are different than any other spiritual group I've ever been with because of our belief in the power of prayer and to maintain it.
I just wanted to say, too, that I believe your parents must have been extraordinary people. I didn't get to meet them. I did meet your brother. By the way, he has a little brother that's 3 or 4 inches taller than him. I must say, oh, he's pretty tall. How tall is your brother?
6'5".
6'5".
Yeah, I still look up to him.
Yeah, yeah. We were so surprised, those of us that went to Charles, or officiated at Charles's dad's memorial service, and when his little brother walked in, I said, "That's your little brother?" He works at the port.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you worked at the port while you were supporting yourself going to college, right?
Yeah, back in the day when I was around high school, I worked down the port as they call us to rabbit. I was non-union, so we would go in and take all the boxes, banana boxes, off of these, put them on these belts, and then they always put the rabbits to dig the hole, which means when they open up the next part of the ship and you see nothing but boxes, you dig the hole. So you have to go down, and then you go down, and then you go down, and you go down, and then you go down. And then they say, okay, you're deep left, and we'll come down now, and 40-pound boxes. So, and then you go over to the west side and fill it back up with pallets of plastic and paper. Can I just insert one thing here? This was a divine moment for me. They bring these 2-ton rolls of paper down on these pressure locks. You know, it helps, and they put them down, and then they come and release them and swivel them on pivots and move them. So they always say, but when they come down, everybody gets off to the side. Of course. Well, this one, never know why, I'm up underneath the side, right next to a post, and it goes out, and it comes back, and it corners me between the paper behind me and this. Yes, it's a nice big post, thank goodness. And everybody ran up to me like, "You okay?" Yeah, thank goodness, because it would have smushed me into a pile. And but it wasn't because I was careless. Well, we get over to the west side, and we're refilling the ship. And one of these pallets were, from here to the back of the church there. And it kind of did this, and it was like, because of my experience, I stepped back and there was no paper. So, so they came over, you okay? I think so, yeah, and I was. But it's one of these things, y'all, that I was getting paid $15 an hour, so hey, what the heck. Back in the day, that was really good money.
Well, and they may have automated that process a little more by now.
Yeah,
maybe.
They eliminated a lot of jobs, unfortunately, by doing that. But
that's true. They have. One thing that I wanted to ask you about your recovery from the heart procedure. I know that you have always been an advocate for deep breath, and I know that I take that, I have taken that advice too, and anytime I feel myself feeling a little bit restricted, I remind myself, breathe, and breathe deeply, and breathe deeply. Did you find yourself, as you were recovering, that was helpful?
oh gosh, yeah, and even to this day, anytime you increase the breath, even if it's not even over the top, you know, like your 120s or, I mean for blood, you're going to get a boost out of it. Like I blew off my roof yesterday, and it's a hip roof, and I got up to a whopping 82 on my pulse. Well, I felt like $1 million yesterday because I had done something and accomplished something, and that when I go to the gym, that's what I get. Well, I'm about to re-enter on that, but for a while I couldn't even go to the gym because I couldn't stay on the treadmill because of my hip. I had a lot of, I don't know if it was exactly, probably arthritis, but inactivity is the worst thing for your body. Whatever conditions you have will set up and get worse. And of course my heart needs that too. And so at first when you have something like an aneurysm, you think, well, can I do too much? You know, you don't want to do too much, it will affect you. And no, they said no, it doesn't. You just do as long as you're reasonable. You don't want to overdo either. So.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we close?
Just briefly, I grew up here in Gulfport, over on Allendale Avenue, which was over by Hardy and Rich. I don't know if you're familiar with Gulfport, old neighborhood over there. And we had a lot of pine trees, which my dad took down probably about 10. We had so many just in our backyard. And the nice thing about those, I grew up loving pine trees for this reason. I didn't like the sap, who does? But when you're in a large grove of pine trees and you hear the wind, you can hear where it's coming from. And you think, okay, it's coming from there, and then it's getting louder, and then it's getting louder. And you start looking up, and you'll see the lean, and you'll see the lean, and then it'll go, and then everything stops. And I learned early what that is the great string section of the Universal Orchestra. And even as a kid, it was like, yeah, that's music to my ears. And so it made me even more attuned to wanting to experience the woods and nature. My second experience, I was up at Fruitland Park in the Boy Scouts. And I was walking around one night. They had nice big trails and stuff. And I could hear the boys out through the park there. I'm sorry. It was summer camp. We stayed up there for a week. Excuse me. I can hear my wife now telling me, tell them what you're coming from. And I was walking around at night, which I love to do by myself, and I could see the fires burning through the trees. And I stopped, and I looked up, and I realized that was the great cathedral of God. And it was one of the most magnificent experiences of my life, was to realize that. So for me to know that God is, in fact, the universe, is real natural for me, because I always suspected it as a kid, but I didn't know how to say it. And now I do.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Charles. We've enjoyed getting to know you better. Appreciate it. And
Thank you.
She's going to regret ever asking me to speak, because then I'll just grab the mic, give me the mic. But I wanted to tell this story. So back when we were attending church in Long Beach, and I don't know if Charles even remembers this, but we used to have a lot of different speakers, and I don't remember who this guy was, but I'm always down to clown and do something weird. And so there was this guy who came into the church, and he was going to teach us all the didgeridoo. And he came and did didgeridoo one day, and then we were going to have a workshop, learn to play the didgeridoo. Well, I could not, for the life of me, get the didgeridoo to do anything. Like it would not do for me. And so everybody's there and they're blowing in it, getting it to make all these sounds, and I just can't. It's more like a, whatever I'm doing. And Charles was so patient and kind and such a beautiful teacher, and he just spent time until finally I got to the didgeridoo eventually made some noise. I had to quit while I was ahead because that was not going to be my strength, but it just helped me to experience Charles and what a beautiful teacher he was and is and continues to be in my life. And so I just want to say thank you for that. I never had an opportunity to say thank you for that. At the time, it was a frustration, and now it's a beautiful lesson, and especially hearing about the wind in the pine trees and thinking about the noise that I was finally able to make. So thank you, Charles.
Well, thank you for that, Charles. It was a beautiful presentation of who you are. We appreciate you, your gifts, your talents. And for me personally, yes, Charles has been a teacher these 10 years of practicing, learning, student of the guitar. It's been fabulous, so thank you for that. And now it's our time to give expression to our appreciation for all that is offered here at Unity of Gulfport. Please take your offerings in your hands and say along with me, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust in God. Thank you.
Right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm at the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm at the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm at the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here.
Your soul is welcome here. This morning we are so grateful, of course, to have Charles back with us and that the surgery was so successful in his recovery. We're grateful for every person present here today, and we're grateful for these gifts and tithes. We just ask that they would be blessed and used for the absolute highest good. Amen. Now we're going to ask the children to come down, the youth, if they would, so we can bless them. Hi. Okay, what a good-looking group. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you, empowering you to do great things, and so it is. Amen. This, go ahead.
Power